Chapter 1. The Birth of a Genius. Pardon me, Owl. What are you doing? Oh, hello, Pooh. Eeyore? Why, I'm penning my personal memoirs. Ha ha! Now, where was I? Oh, yes, of course, with steely nerve. Perhaps you could take a short break from your important work and help us find Eeyore's tail? And I rocketed towards Eeyore's tail. Eeyore's tail? What's wrong with Eeyore's tail? Well, it isn't there. Yes, so I see. Won't you help us, Owl? You have such a talent for speaking and telling us what to do. Oh, yes, thank you, Pooh. I do, don't I? I didn't think anyone noticed. All right, take this. Write this down carefully. Now, the customary procedure in such cases is as follows. Excuse me, Owl, but what does crustimony proceed cake mean? For I am a bear of very little brain, and long words bother me. It means the thing to do. Oh, well, as long as it means that, I don't mind. All right, yes. Well, the thing to do is as follows. Issue a reward to the... Gesundheit, I beg your pardon? Well, you sneezed just as you were going to tell me what the first thing to do was. I didn't sneeze. No, you did, Owl. No, I didn't. You can't sneeze without knowing it. Well, you can't know it without something having been sneezed. As I was saying, first, issue a reward. He's doing it again. You must be catching a cold. I'll probably catch it too. No, I'm not catching a cold. The word is issue, not achu, and achu isn't even a word. It's just a sort of sneezy sound like achoo. Perhaps you should lie down, Owl. Oh, my throat feels a little scratchy. Open wide, please. Just as I suspected. Owl, we need honey.
Oh, he caught an imaginary cough.
I don't know what to say.
I know that's a silly start.
I was like,
but...
is this like dark and evil?
No,
supposed to be lighthearted.
Yeah,
it was like
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I know. It was like trying to like get him to suffer so he could. I don't know. I don't even know what that was good. Your Winnie the Pooh is really good.
Yeah, no, it's good. I knew exactly who all the characters were. It's a random thing, though.
It sounded kind of twisted, like, yes, get sick so we can have some honey.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it was like. Like, are you dying? Perhaps then we can have honey.
Yes, Eeyore. Die!
That's what the next the scary movie's gonna be like. That's exactly what it's gonna sound like.
No!
It's almost as if, like, get the COVID so we can stay home and play.
But wait, Winnie the Pooh, blood and honey.
Sounds like Fidel. Anyways, welcome back to yet another episode of Bump That episode 77. Guys, we're moving on up. We're 3 episodes away from 80. That is craziness. Yeah. I absolutely am so excited. But if you don't know who we are, we've got Brian in this corner.
And unicorns.
And we've got KT in this corner.
We need honey.
No, Pooh. Stay away from the honey. You don't need any. No honey for you. And I am Ileana, your host, and we are siblings who have a love for nerdy things, video games, movies, all of the sort, and decided to share it on the internet with you people, and here you are listening. So welcome. First, before we get into anything, if you are not subscribed, that means you are not a sibling. So subscribe today to become a sibling. We actually, this past week, hit a milestone for us on the account or on the channel. So, woohoo! Super exciting! Also, do not forget to like the video and also turn on those notifications so you never miss a video upload from us. Yes, subscribe today to become a sibling.
And shout out to all the siblings who are subscribed.
Yay! A big old family!
Yes.
Woohoo!
See you at Christmas.
Oh, no,
Maybe.
never, no. That's
Bump that will be there.
Bump that will be there.
A lot of stockings.
Maybe there'll be honey in there. A little jar of honey in Pooh's stocking. How cute would that be? Anyways, we've got quite a show for you guys today. In the chunk today will be something very fun. Something we have been talking about for quite a while now. Put your hands together for the Powerpuff Girl villain ranking. Oh my gosh.
Power, super power.
It's finally happening.
Super power.
So you will not want to miss that part of the chunk.
Girls, come out and play now. La, la,
Man, that
la,
music
la,
was
la,
bumping in that
la.
show. Always.
Every time they had like one of those clips out, it was like, everybody stop what you're doing and check this out, dude.
It was so good every time. So you will want to stick around for the Powerpuff Girl villain ranking. But before we get to that, we've got some news. So there was a Nintendo Direct. Actually, kind of two. There was a Splatoon Direct and there was a Pokemon Direct that released last week, I believe. And I don't think we got to talk about it much. So, Katie, do you want to start us off with that?
Yeah. First, a little bit about just catching us up on the Pokemon Direct from last week. I watched it after we recorded, and I am so excited. I am very excited for this Pokemon game. I think I'm going to go with Pokemon Violet. At first, I was on the fence, like, should I get this? Should I not? I am all there. It is an open world RPG. There are a few different routes there, and the Direct didn't specify all of the things that were involved in the game, and apparently there's a lot. Like, you're in a school, and there's a big competition as well on top of that. You don't have to go, in previous Pokemon games, you had to beat this gym leader, and then followed by this.
It was always very linear.
Yeah, it was on the rails, but this one, you just do what you want pretty much.
Kind of similar to how Breath of the Wild is, where you can kind of pick any direction you want to. Like, obviously, Impa tells you where to go at the beginning, but you don't really have to listen. You can kind of go to any of the divine beasts.
Shrines. Yeah. Divine beasts. Yeah. And the starter Pokemon are adorable. I don't know which one I'm going to...
I'm a fan of that alligator-looking thing, the red one.
The alligator.
He looks like an alligator or dinosaur. I don't know what he is.
Oh, frick, that's called, that, his name was in my brain all last week, and now I can remember. Give me a second. Starters.
Hurry up.
Oh my gosh.
Another Sprigato.
Sprigatito. Which is the cat.
Yeah. Green cat.
Yeah, and then oh my gosh, I clicked it. I don't
the little blue duck thing.
The
same as like Quaxley or something. No.
Yeah, it's Quaxley, and I don't want to disable my ad blocker. God.
What is it? We'll never know.
We'll never know. And I think that's actually the one I'm gonna go with.
But you know, it's funny because I was like, oh, I think that one's the cutest.
Fuecoco. That's
yes, it's funny because that's the fire type. And in the last Pokemon Sword and Shield, I also went fire type with Scorbunny. So it's like, gosh darn it, the designs for fire are just always supreme, you know? They're just always better.
I don't know. Who did I start with?
Didn't you you did the monkey, Grookey.
Yeah, I started with Grookey, that's right. And I stand by my choice.
No,
I am Team Groupie.
nah. Like, say, looking at like the previous starter Pokemon, you've got like Chimchar, Cyndaquil, Fennekin, Charmander, Tepig, Torchic, Litten, Scorbunny. I mean, the list just goes on of like they're all the best looking ones.
I do love Litten. But I don't know, because you also had I like oh my gosh, why is my brain stopping? It was a
Charmander is just always the best, you know?
Yeah, but I also liked in Generation 2 or 3, it was like an alligator. It was a water type.
A water?
Yeah, it was a water type.
Totodile?
Yeah, Totodile.
Yeah, he's cute.
God.
But it's like, no. Like, you had Sobble in Sword and Shield. That was the ugliest looking starter ever. And then you had Froakie. No. Popley is okay, but no. Oshawott. Okay, I got a soft spot for Oshawott. Squirtle. Nah, he's alright. Piplup. Always a fan. Quaxley. I'm just not feeling it. It looks like he's got like a weird hairdo, like a 50s hairdo.
He looks like...
But Mudkip, though? Mudkip! Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But then the grass ones are just never, like, outstanding, like Water and Fire. Like, Fire will always come on top for me, and then Water, and then Grass is just like, Like, you got Bulbasaur, you got Snivy, Trico, Chespin, Turtwig, Chikorita, Rowlet, Grookey. Yeah.
And Chikorita's cute too. And it's not a very popular one, but I actually like Chikorita.
I like Chikorita, and I like Rowlet.
You don't like this kitty cat?
No, it just looks too fan servicey. Like, it was trying to get everyone to like it because no one likes grass starters, so they're like, make it a cat! Make it a freaking cute cat this time so people pick grass starters. But anyways,
and I'm also surprised that water types are as popular, but they seem like they're the easy choice.
Exactly. Well. But even like the more popular one is always to go with fire. And I'm glad that they did like an alligator this time because he's really, really cute. I hope they don't screw up his evolution. Please don't.
I think I've seen his evolution. I thought he was very cute.
But moving on with that, so Pokemon, what else did you like about it?
Yeah. Well, there was just a lot. There's a lot to the game. Again, though, the one gripe, and I put this on the comment section of the video, and somebody actually like was trying to argue with me, and I shut that down quick.
Oh no!
Because I shut it down quick. Where there is still no sounds or dialogue from the people, and somebody tried to tell me in the comments, this is not real in-game footage. I'm like, you can just tell.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to put it in there. But I'm gonna, they're not gonna listen to me, but it is a major gripe.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a sore thing. But aside from that, the world looks really cool. It looks very diverse. I'm really, really excited for it. So, but that was the Pokemon. That's old news.
My gripe with Pokemon right now is that they all still look bad. Like,
they look crazy, but I think that's just the style of Pokemon, and
I hate it. I have always just hated the way Pokemon, like, in new generations look. It's very plasticky, very like too bright almost. They don't want to try anything new, and that's what I loved with Arceus. It was completely different, and I liked that they went with like a Japanese kind of like brushstroke look on everything. It made it more interesting to look at, and I think they always try to play it safe with these games. It's like, I'm sick of looking at the same stupid graphic in all of these games. Like, can we bump it up a little bit, One thing that I'm concerned about is the one thing that you hate is the battle system. Yes, Lord, can we move away from it?
I don't know if they've improved on it. It looks as though they're using the same system that they did in Sword and Shield.
It was horrible.
But I mean, maybe they could have improved on it.
I sure hope so. I was honestly like very upset because it was so boring and so slow. I wanted so badly to like that game because it was my first Pokemon game ever. And I'm like, this is taking forever. I don't even want to play because, goodness, I have to watch the stupid cutscene every time. But with they turn into like crystals or something. It seems like, or when you're battling with all 4 people, it seems like you're all battling at the same time, which I prefer that. That is much better. I don't know why they don't do that anyways, because in the TV show, it's like you can counteract right away and it seems like a real battle. But no, I hate the stupid turn. You take a turn. Oh no, I got hit. It's like, it takes too long. It's boring, drawn out. No, I don't. I hate that mechanic. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's old.
But that is old news, kind of, in quotes. So today, August 10th, we got our Splatoon 3 Direct, and it looks like it's going to be a good game.
Yes, it does.
I'm not going to say that I was completely wowed by this Direct. I know a lot of people were. I do like the new additions that they're doing. I don't know how I feel about it taking place in a city in the desert. I'll have to play the single player campaign and see how I feel about that. But I will say this, there is a ton of content. Loads of content. And they're taking what Splatoon 2 did and improving on that. Just making it bigger and more.
As they should. That's exactly what they need to do.
Now, the one thing, this is my worst. I'm debating whether I want this game based on this one thing, which I am going to get it, but this is a major turnoff. So, you know how much I love Pearl and Marina?
Yes.
I knew that they weren't going to come back because this is taking place in a different city. But there are actually 3 anchors now, like with their show. And one of them is so ugly.
Oh no.
Ugly. She's so ugly.
Wah, wah, wah.
My God, everything looks so good in that game. And then I saw that and I was like, what the poop is this?
Wait, so what is it?
Okay, so let me find their their names. And if you like them, I'm happy for you. I do not like them. Let me find them. Let's see, Salmon Run Returns. Yes, it says. Okay, so their group name is called Deep Cut. And it looks as though they're based off of 2 nationalities. There's one that looks Japanese inspired, and the other one looks Indian. Which is fine. I think that's great. But
what do they do to them?
But unfortunately, the one that looks like she's been inspired by Indian culture, Asian Indian culture, she looks so terrible. Just so awful. But what makes up for it is that there's this like stingray thing.
Yeah.
That is with them, and he's so cute. He dances around, and I'm like, I want more of this.
You know, the more I'm looking at the picture of them, the more it's kind of growing on me.
No, you're looking at that picture of them?
Yeah, I don't quite like it at first glance. They look a little strange. But it'll grow on me, I think. I used to think the same thing when I first saw the Splatoon characters at all. When Splatoon 1 came out, I went to my friends and I was like, they're ugly. I don't like them. They're all so ugly. And eventually it grew on me as I got Splatoon 2 and I played the game. I was like, you know what? This is just what they look like. Now they look cool, whatever. So I'm guessing they will grow on me. Maybe they just look weird.
Excuse me, sir. I hope my horrible ugliness does not disturb you. Not at all, dear boy.
Yeah, exactly. So here's my problem right now, is that this Direct gave us too much. Too much. I do not like when directs give us too much information about a game.
Too much to say.
There's not a lot left to explore whenever you get the game. You know everything that's going to be in it, and I don't like that sort of thing.
Well, let me take a stab at why they did it. They're selling a sequel to a game that is already on... The sequel is already on that console. And the core gameplay is still the same.
Right.
So you're trying to boost the sale of a game that people will think, but I already have this game. So you have to say, but it has this now, but it has that. And on top of that, they did say in the direct that there is a lot more free content coming up, but they didn't say what kind of content.
Uh-huh.
So that could be more single player campaign stuff, which I would love to see, as well as there is paid DLC stuff coming up as well. So there is still a lot to come and still to be revealed.
It's just like it's a 30-minute freaking direct, and it just goes on forever and ever. And I was reading the comments, and the announcer did a great job. Kudos to her. They said she deserves a pay raise, and it's like, okay, girl, do your thing. But it's 31 or 32 minutes of all just Splatoon. It's like, what is left in the game? I don't know. I just don't want the whole game to be ruined. I'm so sick of when these directs just throw in so much information that it's like when you get the game, you're like, I already know all this now. There's nothing else left to be a surprise. And like you're saying, there's more free content coming or whatever, but it's like, I didn't want to see everything in one direct. I did not want to know every single ounce of detail. I still want there to be some surprise. I still want there to be some ounce of mystery, like, oh, what am I getting? Sort of thing. I think that's more exciting than you get this. Oh, thank you. And that's just what I have to say about that.
Yeah. Really quick, last little bit.
That's what I gotta say about it.
Last little bit of video game news, just as a sprinkle. Square Enix, I don't know if you guys are familiar with their games. There are talks of Sony buying Square Enix. You know what that means? A lot of games that are exclusives for Nintendo, such as Octopath Traveler, no longer.
Really?
Big deal.
Dang.
Yeah. So it's a really big deal. Square. If Sony buys Square Enix, there's going to be a lot of changes in the industry.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. Don't they do Kingdom Hearts too?
No, that's.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I don't know who does that.
I thought they did. Sorry. I'm.
You offended the community.
I'm ignorant. I'm saying.
No, you're right. You're right. Listen. You're not ignorant. I'm ignorant. I'm a big weeb.
Whoa!
Listen, you heard it here first.
Conversation.
Listen, you heard it here first. Square Enix does own Kingdom Hearts. I'm a wiener. Brian is correct.
It's official. She said it.
Wait a minute, you said
anyways, moving away from some.
I was thinking Ubisoft, which is also correct, but whatever.
Anyways, moving away from video game news, we have some sad news. Another famous actress has sadly passed away. This week we said goodbye to Olivia Newton-John, who most people know her from Grease, playing Sandy. She passed away at the age of 73, so...
Too young.
Honestly, yeah.
Too young.
But she was dealing with breast cancer for a long time. So.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
She is not getting physical right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Moving on.
I don't know. You know who's getting physical? Oh, Ezra Miller.
Hey.
Ezra Miller. Freaking in the news yet again. What are we going to do about this person? Ezra Miller, I like this. This is the way Brian wrote it. Ezra Miller poops on all the Flash fans and all of DC as he gets arrested for stealing booze from someone's mom's liquor cabinet. Yet Batgirl gets canceled for maybe being bad. DC cannot just get one win,
I mean, there's so many things to unpack with this story. Here's the thing. Here's my 2 cents on it. All right. When you're given the opportunity to have a role that you're going to be known for a long time, not only are you going to make a lot of money off of this, little kids are going to see you in this, fans of all ages. The Flash has been a comic book character since like the 40s and 50s.
And my personal favorite superhero. So,
just an all-time. So you're given the keys, to become an American hero in a way. And they decided, I really don't care about that. I don't care about the people, the hundreds and thousands of people that made this film, that it might not get released. People's jobs are on the line, and I'm just going to go do whatever I want, scam these young chicks and break into people's houses because I can't afford a bottle of booze? Are you kidding me? I don't know what's up with...
But you have a weed farm at the same time?
I don't know what's up with they, but, this cat doesn't deserve everything that he's about to get with this Flash movie. So everybody that made the new Batgirl film, they kept their noses clean. They worked pretty hard on it. They did their best they could. Maybe it's not going to be the greatest film in the world, but man, these people worked their butts off, and their film is never going to see the light of day ever. And yet this guy is...
I hope someone leaks it.
Oh, I don't know.
Someone
this guy just putting glitter on his face, like, oh, look at me. And I don't know. It's a travesty,
It is a shame. It's actually like appalling, the things that this person is doing, and thinks that, I don't know, you have all this notoriety. Little kids look up to you, man, and this is what you're doing.
Apparently, there's like rumors that he's like a cult leader. I don't even know. To me, that's not important. It's just that it just shows how much, how little you care for this huge opportunity that people would, die for, that would love to do. And bless you.
Bless you.
Oh my God. Damn.
I saw the spray on that one.
Are you kidding me, dude?
I was trying to keep it to myself.
Yeah.
Well, no, but Brian, you're absolutely right. It is a shame that when you're given the whole world, you just, let it crash and burn.
Could you imagine if back in 1988, when Michael Keaton, they said, listen, you're going to be Batman, you're going to be Bruce Wayne. And he was like, oh yeah, strawberry jacuzzi time. And Michael Keaton went out there, was, hanging out with chicks and stealing booze and, hey, that's Mr. Mom. What happened to him? And
beating people with a chair, especially women.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And talking to 12-year-old girls and
what the heck?
Like, yo, what's up, bro? It just wouldn't happen. Could you imagine if Chris Evans as Captain America was like, oh, I'm Captain America, one of America's icons? An icon, literally.
America's daddy.
Yeah. I'm up there with George Washington, and all of a sudden Chris Evans is like, oh
my
yeah.
gosh, George Washington?
Yeah. Cap America, George, put him on Mount Rushmore, kid. Anyways, it's, you get the point. It's just that you just don't do that.
It's yucky. It is yucky, and I hate it.
Yucky.
Another person that is yucky and I hate it, James Franco, disgusting human being. But news for him, James Franco cast as Fidel Castro in new film as Castro's daughter, Ileana. Many Hispanic and Latin actors...
No, he's cast as Fidel Castro in a movie about his daughter. The daughter's name is Ileana.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I read that wrong? The film is called Ileana of Cuba. So I just want to make sure. He's not playing Fidel Castro's daughter, Ileana.
No.
A woman. No, he's playing Fidel Castro.
Yeah. So, many Hispanic and Latin actors / actresses upset that a white guy cast as a historical Cuban dictator. What the heck, dude? What the heck?
I don't get it. I don't understand.
I can see it both ways.
Why?
Can see it both ways. Okay, so...
Explain yourself.
He's an actor.
Yes.
Right? So he can act, allegedly. It's supposed to be a role that is not necessarily him. So he's acting, right? So he doesn't have to be that person. On the other hand, imagine if and I don't say this is a bad thing, but imagine if an Asian person were cast as Selena Quintanilla.
Yeah.
That would be kind of weird, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like that. I see it both ways.
I rather him, you know, say when Tom Hanks was in The Terminal, Krakozhia was not a real place, okay? But you understand that he is playing someone from like a Russian, like Eastern Europe type area, which is fine. He's a white guy from America.
That's a fictional character.
Exactly. It's fictional. However, Fidel Castro is a real character, a real person that I think should be played by a actual Cuban person. I think that makes more sense.
It's kind of it's almost like the Tropic Thunder thing. Like you have the white guy
but that one was
African American.
It was supposed to be a joke though. That's a joke.
But that's the whole point, is that it's talking about, that film talks about how ridiculous actors and performers can be, that I can act anything.
Exactly.
I'm a master. I can master any accent and put myself in other people's shoes, you know? Well, you know what? That's great. I'm sure you can do that. That's fantastic. But yet there's somebody who's probably maybe better suited for a role. There's probably a young actor or an adult actor, seasoned, of, you know, much more Hispanic origins, that would probably be better suited to handling that accent, making it seem more real.
You're not going to use a black guy to play Elvis. That just wouldn't have made sense either. Yeah, you're not going to find a Hawaiian man or Polynesian to play Martin Luther King Jr. Those things just don't make sense.
I don't know. I think I would like a black guy to play Elvis. Like,
no, it's a real person.
Well, then they'd be like a white guy saying, "Oh, I'm James Brown," you know?
Yeah, no, it's just this horrible, whichever way it goes. It's not, it should not be like that. So I don't like James Franco. One, as a human being, because he's gross. Two, playing as a Hispanic character, just no. I get it, you're an actor, you can play other roles, but if this is a real life person.
We're watching this movie. You're gonna watch this movie if you watch it, and it's like, oh man, you know, Franco totally just, I can't even recognize him as Fidel Castro. It's like some whole different guy. No, you watch the movie, you're gonna see, you know, James Franco with the fake beard, you know, glued onto his face, whereas you could probably have a guy of Hispanic or Latin origins with actually grow a beard and have a real accent.
Goodness gracious, we could have had Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah. Everybody wants to see that tap dancing Fidel. Oh, yeah.
Woo! Lin-Manuel Miranda plays Fidel Castro.
Castro.
Yikes. And it becomes a musical about how great his life is and how he's a horrible dictator.
Soon there's hip-hop dancing and and all the many loves of Fidel Castro.
Yep. Oh my gosh, no thank you. I just think it's ridiculous. And you know, if it had been anybody else, it would probably be more of a fuss, but I haven't heard a single thing about this yet, and it's not even becoming like a problem. I don't know, you know. I don't know, you know. So we'll see. Bump That will be there to report on what happens if there is outcry, if there are riots in the street after he plays this role.
I hope there are riots in the street.
Oh, Lord. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Do you know when the release date is for this movie? Or if
it just got mentioned, so
okay, we'll see. It's like just being casted right now.
I mean, Franco, as far as we know, hasn't done anything for a long time.
Because he was canceled. Yeah, for being a horrible human being.
For sleeping with students.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I'll teach you how to become a great actress. Don't you worry. You won't have to worry about those scenes.
I'm sure I could get you a part in Toy Story 3. I'm sorry, are we on? Oh, excuse me, ladies. So if you ever want to see... If you ever want some tips on acting again, you know where to find me. Okay, I can go now.
Yucky. Disgusting. If you're listening to this, James Franco, I don't like you.
Dang.
He's a yucky person. Gross. And Hunter would be like saying right now, well, you don't know him in person. I know what he's done. That's yuckiness.
That's
Yucky. Keep it to yourself, bro. All right. Anyways, that will conclude the news segment. Thank you guys so much.
Wait, we wanted to drop really quick. Hugh Neutron coming to Nickelodeon games. I know you guys are really big on Hugh.
All Stars Brawl.
All Stars Brawl.
Katie, you have the game.
Downloaded.
You have the game. Is it fully voice acted now?
It is.
Okay.
It is. It's actually a lot of fun now to play.
Okay, well that's good. Did you see now there's a new Warner Brothers Smash type game?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I don't care.
Oh man.
I don't care.
Why?
You gotta remember who's associated with Warner Brothers. DC.
Yucky!
I don't care. I'm turned off from all of that.
But Warner Brothers encapsulates a lot of things. You've got what is it called?
If Bad
You have
Bunny
Scooby-Doo in there.
No. If Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Shaggy's in the game.
If Babs Bunny or Plucky Duck are not in it, I don't want it.
Who the heck remembers Tiny Toons?
Everybody remembers Tiny Toons.
No, everyone remembers Looney Tunes.
They're tiny. They're toony. They're the little loony.
And after
hitting your TV.
There's a cute little girl in that I know who is obsessed with like animals, and I was telling her mom the other day, your daughter is Elmira from Tiny Toons. Do you know Tiny Toons?
No. And I'll hug you and I'll kiss you and I'll squeeze you.
She's like squeezing this animal. And it looks like the dog is like, please let me go. It's so cute. But yeah, Elmira. And I'm like, do people even know Tiny Toons? If I said that to somebody, would they know what I'm talking about? Something like that. But the other news is Sonic 3 will release on December 20th, 2024.
Heck yeah.
That's a long time from now.
Well, that movie had a lot of stuff to make, you know. It was
2 years.
It just came out, the third one, the second one. So
it was good. I watched it with the boys and they liked it.
Yeah,
but I liked
it. Was freaking awesome.
I'm still waiting on my Detective Pikachu sequel.
Good luck with that one. I don't think you'll get it.
It was so good.
I doubt you'll get it.
Give me something, Pokemon Go. What do I have to do?
Come on, Ryan Reynolds, get it together. We know you're dying for many roles. He'll take any role he can get. Not that that's a problem, but he will, because he's just one of those types of actors. He's like, we're doing a movie, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now that will conclude the news segment. All right, are you guys ready for this? It is the Powerpuff Girl villain tier list. So, like we've done before, we will be doing what is that called?
Draft.
A draft. Thank you. I was like, a poll? What is that called? No, a draft. We're going to start from least to favorite. I think we're each doing 4. That's that way we decided on 4 choices.
I thought we were doing 5. I thought we were doing 5.
Well, that won't leave room for honorable mentions.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's cool.
Yeah, man. I'm cool with anything. We're all
I only have
friends here.
16 on the list. I don't know about how...
I'm sure that some of mine are not on your list.
Well, let's still do 4. Let's still do 4 so that we can have an honorable mention at the end. Okay. And then that just means that some didn't make the list, and that means you weren't a good villain. Okay.
Yeah,
so we're gonna do 4 each. We're gonna start from least and make our way to the best. So we'll start at number 12. Oh, I need another piece of paper. Let's see. Why don't we let Brian go first?
Okay. All right. So we're starting from the least villains.
And this is this is best written. So we love these villains. They're best written. Their character design is unique and interesting. I think all of them are, but what do you think is the best? So sorry, I had to put that this description in there.
Yes. I'm going to go with my first, one of the best villains, Powerpuff Girls, is Bogeyman. I think he was an awesome villain. It was a great episode. A lot of fun Star Wars moments. to that. But like, what's cool about Boogeyman is he just wants to jive. He just wants to dance. He wants eternal night so everybody can boogie woogie. He just wants all those monsters to just get down on the floor and just dance the night away. Dancing, dance. Dancing, dance.
Wow.
So he puts on his John Travolta, disco suit.
It's white.
Next thing
it's
you know,
awesome.
He's got his limo, which turns into Darth Vader's TIE fighter.
Wait, you're missing the way he walks. That little slide thing.
Oh yeah, this dude is strutting across the floor, okay? And he's ready to take Bubbles out like he ain't got no problem. Yeah. Boogeyman, yeah.
No, I think that's a great choice. I love the Boogeyman. Like, I completely forgot about him as a villain, but then when you said him, I was like, oh yeah.
Then he returns too. I don't remember exactly the episode, but he does make a comeback in another future episode. I just forgot which one it is.
Well, I don't remember either. But yeah, no, that walk, that glide he's got with his little cane, that is the best thing I've ever seen with his white
Yo, you gonna get my pimp
platforms.
cane over here, and I'm gonna tell you Powerpuff Girls a lesson about messing with the Boogeyman.
Yeah, no, that's good. All right, we'll choose KT.
Okay, so I'm gonna lump all these together and say all the kaiju monsters. I know it's a little low, but this list is gonna get really interesting really quickly.
Yeah.
So what I mean when I say the kaiju monsters are all the big, giant creatures. They come from Monster Island, actually.
They're like Godzilla's.
Yes.
Yeah. And like you have like Blob Monster,
Booger Monster.
Mouth. Yeah. You have the raptor thing with wings. I don't know what you call that. It looks like there's another one that's like a Hydra. It has 3 heads. It's like a 3-headed dragon.
There's the big, tall, red one with like a bunch of eyes. He's like a fish.
Yeah. And then you have, of course, the giant ant. So all of those. And those are the monsters that really disrupt life for the Powerpuff Girls. Like they have to wake up in the middle of the night because of these creatures from Monster Island. Because it's like a game to them. It's like a rite of yeah, exactly.
And this guy's not even like phased.
No. It's like a rite of passage for them to get beaten up by the Powerpuff Girls. They return to Monster Island and they're a hero.
Yeah.
So,
there's like a giant squid monster.
They're like masochists.
What's the one where they have to change into the robot? Where they have like the professor makes them the robot gigantic Powerpuff Girl. Who are they fighting?
I don't remember, but I remember that happening. But I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I remember they had the gigantic robot and it was awesome.
It'll hit me later. It was like the giant robot in Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah.
Like it was the same thing. Anyway, so that's my pick, all the kaiju monsters.
Okay. That's good. All right, so then I guess it's my turn. Oh boy. You know what? Most people will not remember this episode. Maybe they will. I don't know. But I'm going to put the broccoli aliens.
Oh, I was going to put them. They're called the Brocoloids.
Yes, the Brocoloids.
No.
Because I was the kid that only ate broccoli growing up. And so it's funny in the episode, every child is like, ew, broccoli, vegetables, like, bleh. And then, all of the parents are attacked and they're being held captive or whatever. And the kids have to save them by eating the broccoli. They figure it out. You know what? We think we know how to destroy them this time. And they eat them. And I would have been that kid. I would freaking be like chomping through the whole thing like Pac-Man or something, eating all those broccolis, saving the world from the Brocoloids.
One of my favorite segments from that episode is like one of their bodies is detached.
Yeah.
Like the lower half of their body, but they're crawling back to their upper half is like using their hands and just swallowing. That's awesome.
It's like zombies or something. Yes, I love it.
It's so good.
So I don't know. I'm the broccoli kid. I hate corn. Corn is disgusting, yucky to the people who eat corn. You're gross. But broccoli was my thing, and so when I saw that episode, I was like, I'm there. I'm there for that fight. I will save the whole world. Mom and Dad, don't worry, I got you. You know. So Brocoloids, awesome villain. Awesome. Their little weapons are cute. Their design is cute. I like it. It's a great little, because you're a kid, you know? Kids don't like broccoli. Most kids don't like broccoli. So I think that's a good idea for the show. I think that it was appropriate. Yeah. All right, Brian, you're next.
Okay. This next villain is going to take us to a very dark place.
What?
A place called Suburbia. Okay?
No!
You guys know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Okay? So one of the most twisted and dark... I mean, this is a kid's show, and they get like super dark and deep and like in depth. But Harold Smith and the Smiths are twisted, sick villains, dude. So the episode starts. You meet the next door neighbor of the PowerPuff Girls, Harold Smith, who's just this mundane, mediocre, you know, 9 to 5 guy who comes home after a hard day of working, like putting caps on toothpaste things or whatever. And, you know, his daughter's like, want to play jacks with me? You know, and his older son, the teenager's like, I hate you. I hate everyone.
Their designs are awesome.
You know, and then the mom is like this, oh my God, it's so nice to see you. And then Harold Smith is just dying inside. He has no life. He's just a shell of a man. Yeah, you know, and so then he goes into his basement, and he's like a serial killer in waiting. You know, he wants to, but not a serial killer. He wants to become a supervillain, but he has the style, he has the edge of a number 2 pencil. Okay, he's absolutely boring and plain, and so they invite the Powerpuff Girls over after a battle, and he's like, those Powerpuff Girls. This guy, it's like one of those guys, like, I mean, it's like a school shooter who didn't grow up to be a school shooter, who got married and had a life. That's Harold Smith. That's how dark this character is. And so he hates like anything that's good or popular. And so the Powerpuff Girls are like, you know, sweet and pure and innocent, and he hates them. But he's stuck living his garbage life until he snaps one day and he's like, screw this. I'm going to show you guys who I really am. I'm Harold Smith, and you guys are going to mess with me. And then eventually all his family turn against him, but then turn with him. His wife becomes evil, the son and the sweet daughter.
The reason why, do you remember why the wife becomes evil?
Because they ruined her dinner.
Those Powerpuff Girls ruined my dinner!
Take this ray gun and melt the professor's head clear off his shoulders! And that's just for starters. Stop it! You are not going to ruin this dinner! I worked too hard on it! Everyone to the table, now! We are going to have a nice evening together. But the second that meal is over... Goodbye, Professor Head!
It's awesome! Oh my
So I mean,
gosh,
yeah, this guy has a gun to the professor's head. You gotta, I mean,
it's a hairdryer,
Professor.
This is a dark show. This is a man. It's like one of those like and nominated for Best Actor, Joaquin Phoenix as Harold Smith, And it's really what this is. It's that dark
Joaquin
and
Phoenix.
sinister. Yeah. I mean, but it's a great villain, Harold Smith, man.
Joaquin, tell me, how did you get into character to create such a dynamic and complex character? We're just dying to know. Well, I stared at myself in the mirror for 10 hours a day, drinking nothing but wild turkey and brownies, and thinking, God. And that's all.
Yeah.
That's all he did to get into
Yeah,
character.
that's beautiful.
No, he moved to the suburbs. His wife has a minivan, and they've got 3 kids, and they're living the most mundane life ever. That's what he had to do to get into character, to feel how crazy it is to live that lifestyle.
It's not it's not crazy at all. It's just average.
But there's some people though that will crack. They
I'm
crack.
stuck
Where do you
being
think
average.
the mirror was?
Average.
But then they see the Powerpuff Girls. No, I think that's an excellent choice. They're awesome. And that whole finish your pee, professor. That is so good. I love that. They're very memorable. Maybe that should have would have been. Is it most memorable? Nah, I still think it's best written. No, that's best. All right, Katie, you're up.
Okay, so this one isn't as well known. This is probably gonna be my last lesser known villain, and it was early on in the Powerpuff Girls, season 1, maybe episode 1 or 2. Roachcoah.
Yes! Ew! I hate this one!
Yes. It was on an
sure.
episode that literally makes your skin crawl and makes you want to puke everywhere.
Yes,
So,
that is disgusting.
the opposite of suburbia is straight up city life. And not just city life, but like poverty level. And so this guy, Roachcoah, he hates the way that society is. He hates people. He hates people. He does not like how people are wasteful and go about their lives. He just sees everybody as bugs, and they deserve to be squished as bugs. But he controls a roach army. And he's got a commander or a lieutenant. He actually talks to it and calls it like a commander or a lieutenant. And so he commands...
Look at them. What incompetent, unorganized, filthy, dirty creatures. They've been infesting this planet for too long. You hear me, people? Your days are numbered. Prepare for the coming of Earth's true masters. The irony of your extinction is just a matter.
He's yelling from a skyscraper. They can't hear him. But
And
he's
the guy
talking to a roach, and he also has like little antennas himself.
Yeah. And so what he eventually does is he commands all the roaches to take over Townsville. And they do. They just embody everything. The way they take over everything too, it's so gross and comical at the same time. Like they just burst out of everything. Oh, the first time you see it, there's a happy guy and he's like at a hot dog stand and he's like, "Hi, Mr. Hot Dog Guy. I'll have 1 hot dog." And the guy goes, "Here you go." And he goes to take a bite and he bites it and he pauses and he's like, "Ah!" And they come spilling out of his mouth and, like, take over his whole body.
Damn.
And that's what starts everything. So when it comes to the Powerpuff Girls, they're little girls. And so they found a bug and they were like, "Ew, oh, gross. Oh, they found a roach." And they're like, just one roach. And the professor saves them from the cockroach. And he's like, "Oh, creatures should be, saved because they are precious. They're sentient." And, but they're like, "Bump that, we're just gonna take it." So I think I could be wrong, I think they got like a giant jar and they scooped all of the roaches up.
Ew.
And so what's hilarious is that at the end, they saved all the bugs and they took care of it in a humane way. But as they're wrapping up, the professor sees a spider and he just goes bam on the spider. They're like, "What'd you do that for? I thought, life was precious." "Yes, but I hate spiders. Spiders are disgusting." And then that's the
I'm
end of the
with you,
episode.
Professor.
Yeah, spiders are disgusting.
No, but what's gross about that is school just started, and when I got to my classroom, I found spiders. I found daddy long legs, and I, cleaned up their web, and I killed them, got rid of them, flushed them down the sink or something. But little roaches, okay? They are sneaky little buggers, all right? I'd use a different word, but children watch this show too, so, I am moving, I'm in my desk, okay? I'm sitting by my desk, and I reached behind me to move a piece of paper that I needed to look at that was on the whiteboard behind me. A roach came out of this thing. I had no idea that stupid thing was there the whole freaking time, and I moved the paper, and I'm like, I screamed, and I was like, and I get up and I move all my stuff. I move my lunchbox, I move my purse because it's right underneath it. The roaches, it's creepy little antenna things are moving up and down, but it's not moving, and it's big. Okay, it's bigger than my finger, like long wise. I'm like, I have a normal sized finger. Okay, it's
That's
bigger.
what she said.
Children. Anyways, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Luckily, I found a boot in my room, and I was able to hit it, and it started squirming everywhere, and then I was beating it with my shoe. I was
Yesterday in the hallway, my mentor teacher and I were walking, and we saw a giant brown recluse.
Are you serious?
No, that's bad.
Serious.
That's bad.
It was 3 inches big, and we were with some students, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to squish it. And
Squish
Kai
it.
was like, yes, Kai squished it. He had to step on it twice. And he's like, he was describing, he's like, now its guts are on my shoe. It's going to stay with me for a couple of days now.
No, that's gross. Those I don't like stepping on bugs to kill them because you can feel it, man. If it's a big enough bug, you can feel that crap.
And they can have babies, and their little spawn babies
I
just
can
start
feel it.
crawling.
So that
everywhere.
roach episode is disgusting, okay?
Yeah,
and
really
that
is.
happened to be in season 1.
Yeah.
Yucky. Oh, gross.
Gross. All right, what's your
Gross. Okay, it is my pick. Yes. All right. So we're already at number 7, and it's getting close, man. This is rough. Get it? This is rough.
I get it. I know what you're thinking.
It is the Rowdyruff Boys, my guys.
Ew.
Them Rowdy Ruffs. I love those boys. It's so funny. I remember watching that episode for the first time as a kid.
They're so rambunctious.
They're rowdy. I love the way they were created. Mojo Jojo is in prison or jail, wherever, and he gets the nastiest things off of the prisoners.
He collects puppy dog tails, snails, and something, and then he
and hair or fingernail clippings or something.
Yeah,
it was fingernail clippings.
He puts it all septic
in his yucky toilet.
Yeah, in the prison toilet, and it the concoction is whatever was in the toilet.
It was so septic and disgusting that it somehow made 3 little boys similar to the Powerpuff Girls. And I love them. You've got, what are their names? Butch?
Leo and Ryder.
No, they're not like that. They're so much better, thank goodness. But you've got Butch. Oh, what are their names now? I can't. They're
Cassidy.
No. What are their names?
Let me see. Rowdyruff Boys.
What are their names? Oh, Boomer, Brick, and Butch. Butch,
yeah.
Their names are
Excuse me?
awesome. Butch, sorry. Brick. What are those names? I mean, it makes sense. They came out of puppy dog tails, fingernail clippings, and hair, and boogers or something, and snails.
Yeah, and snails.
So, no, but their fight with the Powerpuff Girls, they actually, let them have it, They beat them up. They did not hold back to these little girls because they're, I don't know, rowdy boys. But the way they blew up was awesome! They had, the girls were like, how are we gonna beat them? We have no idea. And Blossom's like, I have an idea.
No, they went to Miss Bellum.
Yeah, they went to Miss Bellum, and they were like, oh.
She's like, girls, you have another power that you haven't even untapped yet.
What power? Let me at it.
Yeah, and they bat their little cute eyelashes, and they go up to the boys and they give them a little kiss on the cheek. Oh, that was so good. You did it so good. And they exploded. It was awesome. Those little monsters died, man. Mojo's sons. I love it. They were great. I love it. They were I like the boy versions of the Powerpuff Girls. They were cute design. All right, Brian, we're back to you.
Okay. I have 2 more, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So my second to final pick is another character who was kind of a one-off character, just a couple episodes. But again, he made his presence known with, again, another creepy, sinister, disturbing episode. This was a guy who brought so much joy to children, but then took all their voices away. And that would be Rainbow the Clown.
No.
Voiced by the incredible Kenny. What's his name? What's his
Tom Kenny.
Tom Kenny.
SpongeBob.
Yes, Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob.
Oh, man.
Who also voiced the mayor and the narrator. But once he starts taking away all the color and the voices of Townsville, and then Bubbles sees that Buttercup and Blossom have also been taken, and they just like collapse like a piece of wood, and Bubbles is desperate to try to bring the life and energy back to them. It's such a beautiful thing. And then she tears into a song, one of the best songs of all time. It was number 1 on the charts, the Heat Seekers Rolling Stone charts for like 6 straight weeks, man. It was incredible.
Oh my gosh, don't say that. You psychopath.
Love, 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 love. Yes, love. It makes the world go round. So Rainbow the Clown, who eventually turns good again, but has to pay for his crimes and is thrown into jail. Rainbow.
I'm back. Rainbow the Clown.
I kind of feel bad for him because it kind of wasn't his fault. There was, of all things, because cartoon logic, a truck full of bleach that was trying to avoid something. I think
What the heck?
It was the dog. It was a talking dog. It was
Yeah.
in the middle of the road. And so the truck full of bleach was trying to avoid this talking dog, and it, like, violently spun around and flipped over, and all the bleach exploded out of the truck onto Rainbow, and then he became Mr. Mime. And it was only through the power of song from the Powerpuff Girls that he was able to come back. So it wasn't totally his fault. He was possessed by bleach. It would happen to anybody.
Thank you, girls, for returning my collar and throwing away my frown. I owe it to you, and you, and you. I'm back! Rainbow the Clown!
Yeah, but you're still going to jail.
Obviously, Sing Sing is the place for you.
Look at what happened to him.
Yeah, they took the guitar out of him, man.
I don't know if you can see it.
They didn't hold back.
They're like, but then he's like,
Look at Rainbow. He's so
Yeah, then he's like, but
what?
but
Boy, oh boy, your colorful life is gonna be pretty black and white from now on, Rainbow.
so sad.
Gosh.
He didn't deserve it.
Jeez.
hey, you can't hurt me with the things that you do. I'll pick up dandelions and give them to you.
No, but that isn't awesome. I love that Bubbles just goes around with a crayon and just starts coloring everything.
This should be red, and this should be blue, and this should be pink. What's going on?
And then it's so sad when she drops the crayons and they shatter. Yeah, it's like so dramatic. It's awesome. I love that show. I love this show. Okay. Katie, it's your turn.
All right, so I'm going to start getting into the more well-known ones. Oh boy. So I have 2 left, right? Oh, okay. So the one that I'm gonna pick before anybody takes it, it probably deserves to be higher on the list, but I want to talk about her, and because she's awesome. I've met kids like this that you just want to backhand and just say, "Can you please shut up? Just shut up! No, really, shut up!" And I'm gonna say Princess Morbucks.
Ugh.
Yes, Daddy. So what I mean by that
she might be
is,
the worst. She's the worst, man.
she really is, because I don't
because I mean they like explain to her as nicely as possible. Look, we're the Powerpuff Girls. We were born with these powers. We have a job to do. And she was sitting there with her arms folded, listening to them, going in one ear and out the other. Like,
and she's like, you know what? That's not good enough. I need to be a Powerpuff Girl too. So she goes to her dad, her rich dad, like super, super, super rich. And she's like, Daddy, these girls just calling me Powerpuff Girls. They said I couldn't be Powerpuff Girls because they hate me. And then the dad just gives her a bunch of money. He doesn't say a word, just gives her a stack of cash. And she's like, thank you, Daddy. And then she just buys her own super powered outfit and she tries to save the day, help them save the day, but she just gets in the way. So she becomes a villain. She goes back to her dad and says, Daddy, I tried to save the Powerpuff Girls because they were in trouble, but they wouldn't let me.
Why won't you let me be a Powerpuff Girl? Because you're just a spoiled brat.
Dang, and she threw her. She dropped her on her butt.
And, I think in one way or another, we know kids like this, or even adults. I'll say that even adults are bad like that, where they just feel so entitled.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Preachers don't want you.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, Princess Morbucks, and she just will not learn her lesson. Like, there is no redeeming this child. No. So.
Dang.
She almost ruined Christmas.
I know it. Like, dang it. Oh, one of my favorites. Dang, what was it? I think it was Christmas. Where she stole all the presents from everywhere, like the Grinch.
Yeah, it was the Christmas episode.
But the Powerpuff Girls went and emptied everything in her house, in her mansion.
Yeah.
And she started freaking out. It's so good. It's so good.
What a jerk.
Yeah, so Princess Morbucks. Oh my god.
This is getting hard, guys.
I know.
I'm looking at the list and I'm like, crap. All right.
I think we all know what number one is, but I'm not going to say nothing.
I don't know, because I have two options for number one.
Oh, really? Oh, well, never mind. By all means, continue.
But I've got two more as well. Am I the number one choice? Yes, I am. Crap! So.
Yeah, this is your second to last pick.
Yeah, shoot. Buns. All right, well. Crap! I don't know. There's too many good ones. I'm going to go with the Amoeba Boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the Amoeba Boys. They're classic. And they're so funny. They're dopey.
Like somewhat ethnic, but you can't really,
You can't make that assumption.
What's the guy with the big eye? The one eye? Powerpuff Girls.
No, I've always loved them. I've always thought they were dopey, but they have some villainy in them. But I don't think they're very good villains, honestly.
Because they're not.
They're not. They're just dopey. And I've always loved their design. And it's such a weird, random thing to be a villain as well.
Hey, it's us. My name is Ace. And I'm here to take a look at you Powerpuff Girls.
No, Ace.
That's Gang Green Game.
Yeah, that's Gang Green Game.
Oh, I'm getting them mixed up. Is that how kind of throwaway they are? Yeah. Oh.
No.
Yeah.
No, the Amoeba Boys. They're blue.
The Amoeba Boys is, okay, Slim, let's see the orange.
Yeah, but what are we going to do then?
Why, I don't have the orange. What? You were supposed to take the orange. I spent months planning that heist.
They're such dummy heads, and I think they're more the comedic villain. You know, you're not as afraid of them as, say, like, the Roach Coach or not the Smiths, the Brocoloids. You know, they're not as much of a threat. They're just more comic relief.
They're just destructive.
Yes.
In their first episode,
They're single cell organisms. Can you blame them?
No. But in their very first episode, they were trying to commit crimes really badly because they wanted to make a name for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But it ended up that they were so depressed, they stayed outside in a park for weeks in the rain.
Yeah.
And they started spreading their virus.
Yes.
And got the whole town sick.
Yes.
But even that wasn't good enough to be considered a crime.
No.
But the Powerpuff Girls felt bad because they wanted to be villains, so they beat them up, but not really. They didn't even hit them at all.
Yeah.
But they were like, oh!
They're so dopey, and I love that about them. Hardly a villain, but still a villain. And I love their design. They're, like Brian said, a single cell organism. What the heck? How did they come up with that? That's so funny to me. So the Amoeba Boys, I think they just deserve to be on the list.
It's like, what's the most threatening thing that can put you out for a day but not really kill you? Oh, like the common cold? Yeah, that's what they are. They're like a walking common cold.
The Amoebas. All right, Brian, your last pick.
Man, this is our last.
Oh boy,
pick.
here
Yeah,
we go.
I
This is
know.
it. So I'm gonna steal all you guys'
Top
thunder
three.
right here, right now. My pick for the best villain of the Powerpuff Girls. Okay, this is the villain that started it all. He was born the same day that the Powerpuff Girls were. He is their numero uno villain, the head honcho, the one that is the JoJo of the Mojo Jojo is that villain. I mean, he's such a good villain. He literally has a volcano tower in the middle of the city that nobody's decided to tear down. He's the number one villain, and yet he has a building right in the middle of town. He's constantly being thrown in jail, but always going back and like, there he is. He's right there, but he's still the king of the town when it comes to villainy. None of the other villains can hold a candle to Mojo Jojo. Okay, he's a genius monkey. He does whatever it takes. He's willing to get crazy and evil to destroy the Powerpuff Girls, but yet he's also willing to be their babysitter and go on sleepovers with them. Okay, he's willing to do whatever it takes. He can be both silly and stupid.
I just love that picture of him with the eyelashes.
Or whatever it takes, man. Mojo Jojo. He's an artist. Okay, he's a Renaissance man. Okay, and he's like, and he's the professor's like, he's like the professor's son. You know that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
He has a most tragic backstory.
It is pretty tragic. Can I read
and
this
so
quote?
they took this beautiful monkey, and this beautiful monkey, science monkey, got twisted into evil. So
Can I please read this quote? I'll read it quickly. It's my favorite. 1 egg left for a nutritious breakfast. 2 eggs is the minimum requirement, and I have but 1, which is 1 shy of 2. I must immediately, and 2 is what I need. Curses! I must immediately purchase some eggs, for I need to have breakfast, and without eggs I cannot have the breakfast that I so require. Walks down the stairs. I have forgotten my wallet! Curses!
No, he's iconic. Anybody that sees his design goes, yeah, that's Mojo. That's Mojo Jojo. And one, that name is awesome, Mojo Jojo. And the way his accent and the way he also says his lines, just like that, is also iconic. The way he just goes on rambling on forever about something. And the way he also is like kind of like Yoda in a weird way, just like the way he goes about it, it doesn't always make sense. No, he's iconic, and he's got the saddest backstory when you watch all of it happening. Is it the movie that they show that?
Yeah.
And it's like, it breaks your heart. You feel sorry for him. But then also he's a jerk at the same time.
But then also there's that one episode that says when he finds out that it's his fault that the Powerpuff Girls were created, he's like,
It was me.
It was me.
Yes.
It was me.
And he has such, I don't know, it's so fun to watch the dynamic with the Powerpuff Girls and him fight because he is the main villain throughout the show that, you know, if we can't get some of these other guys that were on the list in the episode, it's usually going to be Mojo, who's the one that is destroying or ruining or making a mess in Townsville. So he's the one you get to see, the most of. And I think he's just the most fun, honestly. Yeah.
Yes.
I like his brain.
Yeah.
Especially when it's spilling out of his helmet because the Powerpuff Girls beat it out of it.
Gosh. They're so violent.
The best part is when they're getting candy. And he has the candy jar and he beats them up over it. he cries that one little tear.
Yes,
like,
and they were horrible.
We're monsters.
You remember when Bubbles becomes Mojo?
I am Mojo Jojo.
Yeah.
It's adorable. He's just iconic. I love him.
You are not Mojo Jojo. I am Mojo Jojo. There can only be one Mojo Jojo, which is me, Mojo Jojo.
Okay, Katie, you gotta pick yours.
Oh my god. Okay. Dang.
It's
Okay,
your last pick.
I've got two more that deserve to be in the top spots.
You gotta pick one,
In the,
man.
in
you
the
gotta pick
top
one.
spots. Okay.
Pick one.
I'm hoping that Ileana picks the one that I want to be at the top. So I'm not going to mention who that individual or individuals
I'm just gonna say, nobody pick Fuzzy Lumpkins because Fuzzy Lumpkins is not a good villain.
I love
He's the
Fuzzy
worst
Lumpkins.
villain.
He doesn't deserve number one. I wouldn't put him there, but I
No.
do love Fuzzy.
We're not going to Angry Beavers. Okay. I'm going to go with the Gangrene Gang.
Okay, that's fair.
They pop up a lot. They really antagonize the poor Powerpuff Girls a lot. There are a lot of them. Gruber, Arturo, what's the boss's name?
Ace.
Yeah, Ace.
I did it early.
Yeah, to the wrong one.
Yeah,
wrong
Snake.
ones.
Their designs are awesome. They also look so different.
Yeah, and
So that's those guys I thought were
Gruber.
ethnic.
Gruber.
They have like a certain ethnicity about them.
They look a little Mexican.
Oh, see, I didn't say that. What the heck, man?
We're Hispanic. We're allowed to.
I was actually thinking more of like Southern Californian.
Oh, that's near Mexico, so.
Well, yeah, but you know, a little bit more specifics.
South
Southern
Cal.
California. Yeah. Anyway, you know, they just mess with the Powerpuff Girls so much, and I feel like they are just really straight up nasty. Like they're mean.
Yeah.
And they're
They're bullies.
Yeah, they really come up with good plans to mess with the girls and actually execute crime. And if you... Oh, and Big Billy.
Big Billy. Yes!
I think he's the only one that's like actually pure of heart. Everybody else is just really nasty and mean.
I don't know. Oh. The way he puts his hand to his
Won't
finger.
that hurt?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like the way they're designed. They're pretty evil.
Yeah.
They have a color that really stands out.
And it's like their name, Green Gang.
Yeah, Gangrene. And they
That's
didn't
creative.
used to be like that. I think there was an episode that actually described how they came to be. And I think it was actually the Powerpuff Girls' fault. I could be wrong on that, but I think it was.
No, I remember that episode too, vaguely.
Yeah, something happened that made them like that.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what.
No, I
But
can't
anyway,
either.
that's my pick.
No, that's a good pick for number 2. All right.
Man.
The moment you've
picking,
all been waiting for.
I hope you're picking what I'm hoping.
Number 1, the Ministry of Pain. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Whoa,
Totally
gosh.
kidding.
I was like-
The worst to have as number 1.
Oh my god.
No, I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. It is, in fact, him.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, it is him.
Who else?
Those
could it
Powerpuff Girls.
be?
No, I love that devil-looking character. It is so interesting with his flamboyantness, but so evil and terrifying. My gosh. I remember when Mom would come in the room when him was on screen, she's like, I don't like this. Specifically be like, I don't like this thing. This representation is yikes. Because he was frightening. He really was scary. Yes. And I was a child watching that. And he's like absolutely nightmare fuel. But I don't know, the way that he talks and like coerces them almost is like, ugh. It's freaky, man. He's a great villain.
Brian, do you remember?
Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Okay. Do you remember? This is a stretch, but do you remember the Pincushion Man from the Fleischer cartoons?
Oh yeah, I do. Holy cow, that's 1930s stuff, man. Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of, the aesthetic and like the just slinkiness of him. There's one episode that is just really twisted, and it's when he just like possesses everybody in the city and they all turn on the Powerpuff Girls. And it's like a weird experiment for him. That's
one cool thing about the villain is that he uses other things. He uses like what you love to get at you. He takes things that are good.
Yeah, exactly.
He takes things that are good and pure and twists them to fulfill his evil needs, you know? So he is a threat to the Powerpuff Girls in a way that, you know, his voice seems so silky smooth, but every now and then there comes that, I'm you wretched little girls, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's scary.
Like, you know, he's so shifty and deceitful and, you know.
I didn't like that scene.
Of him in the bathtub?
So there's that one.
He's unnerving. You watch it and he's like,
it's very uncomfortable.
This is a kid's show, and I'm feeling very uncomfortable watching this guy. You know?
Yeah. The scene that Ileana just showed a picture of is he's in a bathtub just talking to himself.
He's talking to a rubber ducky.
Oh yeah. Even that is like, oh, that makes me uncomfortable. It really does. I just don't like it. Like,
so it's like the most evil thing in the world, like hanging out with a rubber duck, something that Ernie from Sesame Street, you know, is all like rubber ducky. And you're taking it and you're making it into something that's, you know, weird and cruel and sinister.
No, Brian, I completely agree. His design is also like a clown, and kids are supposed to like clowns. He looks like a clown a little bit, but he's a freaky looking one.
But he wears like that jacket, and it's got like that white,
like fluffy thing around his neck.
Yeah, like something like a girls would wear, you know,
like a ruffle or something.
Yeah, ruffles, you know.
And he's wearing like heels or something, like high heel boots.
But then
boots are like thigh boots.
Yeah.
But then there's awesome. They're like ornaments on them, and they seem really detailed. And I mean, I don't know what level the creator.
He almost has like a Santa Claus thing looking on.
Yeah, and so Santa Claus is a very like
child.
Children, come to me. I love you, children. And so I mean, it's taking something so innocent and good and twisting it into something that's absolutely, you know,
absolutely terrifying.
You know?
And so I've always thought his manipulation was,
ooh, nice word.
Yeah, I think more sinister than any of the other characters. Like Mojo, he's a threat, obviously. He is dangerous, but he's not sinister the same way that him is. And he's a real threat, and a really scary one at that, because it's like, how do the Powerpuff Girls beat him up? He can also like manipulate your dreams almost, and other people's thoughts, and it's a different villain.
That the octopus, man. He made me talk
yes!
about him.
Bubbles, the octopus with the cute little head on it.
Not Octi.
And she was like, Octi, what are you doing?
It's scary, man.
Just listen, child. I'm here for your best interest.
Don't you wait! Don't listen to him. It's the devil talking to you, man.
I'm praying to Jesus right now, man.
Now, just go take this knife and go stick it in your father.
D, is that...
Yikes! No, that was definitely not in that. That would be too much.
That's close
Or,
to
you know.
censorship right there.
Yeah.
Cut
You
up
can't
some
let little
tomatoes.
7-year-olds watch this.
Ooh.
Whichever comes first.
All right, so we're gonna give him the number 1 spot. Let's go ahead and give some honorable mentions. You each get one.
All right, my honorable mention for villain of the show. I'm actually going to go outside the box a little bit. I'm talking about the live action Powerpuff Girls show. That is a villain to the franchise. Just thank the Lord that this thing had never saw the light of day. I'm serious, man. It's been.
Oh my
we started this
God.
podcast like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
We announced it. They still haven't released an episode of that show, and half the actors are gone. They're like, "Screw this. We're not going to do this." Thank the Lord that it's never going to see the light of day, because that would be the ultimate travesty to have this live action
villain.
garbage show ruin one of the best animated cartoons of all time.
Yes. Wow, that is so
And I'm a Chloe Bennett fan, and she's gone now. So.
Yeah, wow.
In extension to that, any studio that was a part of any sequel. All
Yeah.
the sequels.
Yucky.
So that's not my pick.
Disgusting.
That's not
All right, Katie, what's your honorable mention?
my pick. Okay, my honorable mention is Sedusa.
Dang, that was gonna be mine. Yeah.
Because she was in just a handful of episodes, but her first episode that she was in, she was trying to take advantage of sweet, innocent Professor Utopia.
I know, the poor guy.
And I mean, he's just in that episode, he tucks the girls in. He's like, "Good night, girls." And then he closes the door. Actually, he cracks it open because Bubbles wants a little bit of light on her. And then he walks away. And when he walks away, he slinks back to his room and he goes back to a bed all alone. And he's so lonely.
Yeah.
And so Sedusa comes in and fricks it all up, posing like somebody that actually cares about him. And that's so wrong.
It's so adult,
It's so
too,
bad.
for a
It
kid
is
show.
adult.
It's
The
very
whole thing is adult.
random.
So yeah, that's awful of a person to do. So Sedusa, that's a terrible thing.
Yeah, no, we hate that.
Shame on you.
All right. I want to put Fuzzy here, but I'm not putting Fuzzy Lumpkins.
Poor Fuzzy.
No, he's the worst.
I
He's
love
not even a
Fuzzy
good
Lumpkins,
villain, man.
okay? He was one of my favorites as a child, but I am putting Mitch. That little bugger. That little
yeah, man.
booger, more like. Not bugger, he's a
Yeah,
booger.
why don't you go eat more paste and gum?
Taste eater.
Yeah.
That's so good. You guys did a great job with his voice. He was hurting that poor innocent hamster. He didn't deserve
He was
it.
So scared. Speedy. I think his name
Speedy!
was Speedy.
He didn't deserve it.
He was in the corner like his hands in the wall, like
His cute little, hamster teeth, like,
yeah.
the poor thing. Yeah, Mitch, frick that guy. All right, sick
Whoa.
of that little face.
Bump that, dude. Did we say bump that on
that.
this show?
Yo.
Get rid of him. Oh, yucky. Can't stand him.
And you can't really say it's because he's got a bad home life. No.
Mm-mm.
You can't say
No.
that.
He was hurting that poor hamster. He is mean to the girls. A bully to them, in fact.
He bullied Elmer into becoming a glue monster.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So here, we'll go through the list one last time before we close. So starting at number 12, Brian's got the Boogeyman. Katie's got the Kaiju monsters. I've got the Brocoloids. At number 9, Brian has the Smiths. Katie has the Roachcoah. I have the Rowdyruff. Brian has the Rainbow the Clown. Katie's got Princess. I had the Amoeba Boys. Brian had Mojo Jojo. Katie had the Gang Green Gang, and I chose him. Our honorable mentions are the Powerpuff Girl live action TV show, Sedusa, and Mitch. What a show, guys.
What a variety.
Yes, so
of
diverse.
villains. Like, none of them are the same.
No.
Like, not even close to each other. It's amazing.
Because it's like you could say, oh, well, Gang Green Gang and Amoeba Boys are kind of similar, but they're not. I mean, they're
No, they're
completely
really not.
different types of villains. The Amoeba Boys are so, like, duh. And the green gang was like, we're gonna frick stuff up, you know?
Yeah. Or even with the Rowdyruff Boys,
Yeah.
know, they kind of it's like a color palette thing.
Yeah, they're not like Princess. They're different. And the Boogeyman is completely different from like the Roachcoah or the Brocoloids. The freaking Smiths are on this list.
And even if you want to break down the kaiju monsters, that's just one. That's a general statement. There's so many of them, and
and they all have their own different type of
like
weapon
that giant
weakness. Yeah,
and like the giant orb of eyeballs. Like that's awesome.
I love when the koi fish becomes like gigantic, and he's like,
yeah.
The way he dies is awesome. Literally, he's like...
Wasn't there, before we end the show, wasn't there one episode of like this regular guy who was like a detective or insurance guy who... He was... Oh, never mind. I forgot.
Way to end the show on a high note, Brian.
Edit this out.
Before we end the show, we need to find out the insurance guy from the PowerPuff.
He spoke with like a specific way, like, listen up, my name is Fred. I'm going to be the guy who's going to tell you what to do about the...
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, but he's a detective.
Okay, but he was actually bad, though.
I don't remember.
Okay, forget we didn't mention this. Just edit it out.
Guys, he's number one. He's one with an asterisk. Number one.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode of Bump That episode 77. If you guys liked the episode, be sure to leave a like. Make sure you subscribe to become a sibling. Become one of our Powerpuff Girls siblings. Yes. Let us know down below in the comments what you thought about our list. Would you have changed it? Would you have changed the order? Would you add in Fuzzy Lumpkin? I feel like he deserved to be on there somewhere, but you know, that's just me. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you guys in next week's episode.
Wait.
Oh, we've got Brian in this corner.
Yeah, we're the Beat Talls.
Yeah, I love that
The Beat Talls.
Classic. Hey, Jude.
Wow. And we've got KT in this corner.
I must remember to destroy those kids after my breakfast has been eaten.
And I am Ileana, your host, signing off on yet another episode of Bump That. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you in next week's episode. Bye-bye!
Bum, 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 bum.